So do you like someone who can give banter as much as they can take it?
Listen, I'm like king of banter.
Bold statement.
What?
I'll tell you if
Do you
king
like
of
banter?
Yeah, I love banter.
Sick, innit?
$37. Think of a player's number that wore 37.
37.
Yeah. 37. Odubel Herrera.
The hell?
Did you like think of him first and then just say that?
No, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Oh, dude, that's funny that you do this. People are gonna think this is set up. It's not. I have a game that we should play. It's very similar to what you just did.
Okay.
So, I think to only be fair, we should do like Premier League or NBA.
Think of a player and say it at the same time?
No. Here's what we do.
What do we do?
Jessica can decide on a league. I guess you could do NFL too. We're pretty even on that. I don't think baseball would be fair.
No, it would not be at all.
We each say a team on 3, and then we have to name a player that played for both teams.
Oh, I've seen that before.
You saw that?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What league should we do so that's randomized?
NHL.
Jessica, you just
not understand the concept of the game.
Oh, no, I get the concept.
Come on.
I thought this was silent banter, no?
Let's go.
I think
right,
NBA.
Premier
We're in the
League.
playoffs.
Premier League.
All right, count down to 3.
Count us down, Jessica.
Oh, 3,
Come on.
2, 1.
Leicester.
Liverpool.
Oh, you were doing teams? I thought players.
Nobody?
I can't name any. It'd have to be like recent history. I thought you were going to say Chelsea. I was going bang. And go up.
You went for one player?
Yeah.
Dude, that's not. All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Arsenal.
Man U.
Van Persie.
Fabregas. Wait, Fabregas.
Van Persie.
Nice, you win. All right, one more time. 3, 2, 1.
Liverpool.
City.
Sterling.
You cooking me. Yeah,
Let's
nice.
go.
Nice. Yeah, that's fun. We should do that more often. Well, I lost, but I'd imagine it's fun to win.
It is very fun.
Yeah.
Welcome
back, Abe. Welcome back, Jessica. It's been, I think, like almost a month now.
Sorry, boys.
Sorry,
and girls.
Sorry to the supporters, the listeners, but we are back. We are black, and we are getting dug back. So, episode 37.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. What did I say?
I did get a tan.
Yeah.
No, you can say that because redheads are black people, remember?
Do you see that TikTok? You see that TikTok?
I have seen the TikTok.
So funny.
I've seen the TikTok.
I was waiting for her to explain why, and she just kept saying it. She just kept saying they are.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Then that just ends. Yeah, that was funny. But anyway, how was your time off? Or
It
whatever
was
you wanna call
good.
it?
I'm glad to be back, but I had some fun times. I was in the desert for a little bit out in Vegas.
Nice.
It was a long weekend, but it was a good time.
We actually did a Vegas drive-by. We were going from Phoenix to Utah, and we saw the Strip, drove. You may have done the same thing on the way in or out.
We saw
to
the
airport.
sphere.
The
Yeah.
sphere is amazing.
We
Where
saw
was
it all.
it on?
Like,
Oh, what?
no,
What time of day were you passing through?
It was early
Noonish.
afternoon.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Just an off day for the sphere.
Yeah, it's got to take the day off.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we drove through Vegas. We took some vacation too. So, Jessica, welcome back.
Thanks.
All right. I mean, enough of an intro there, I suppose. So, just like the good old days, I think we should hop right into the top 5.
Top five.
Ooh, okay. Who's gonna spin the wheel?
I think I spun the wheel last time. I would say that every single episode, but
Just that I'll just spin it.
yeah.
Spun.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's a great wheel spin, by the way.
Is it actually spinning? I never understand because then she acts like she's looking for it, but I'm clearly not spinning a real wheel here.
We should get a real wheel.
We should get a real wheel.
Amazon.com.
Yeah, and write things
Oh, we
up.
should get a real. That'd make it a lot easier for me.
For sure. But we'd have to be a lot more on
We should also do it beforehand.
Okay. Let's try this one. Top 5 athletes from your childhood who deserve more respect.
Oh, that's
I
great.
love that. I love that one.
That's fun. Are you typing away answers or I don't think
I
we
just
need
thought
it.
of something that just happened and I want to discuss.
For the real agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Who do you want to start? I feel like you started last time and I got 2 in a row, but
Okay.
honestly, I don't care either way.
You go, because I was just typing away and I need to think for a couple seconds as well.
Okay.
Top 5 athletes from your childhood that deserve more respect, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is interesting. I'm gonna start with one that's really random. Ooh, I'm between two. I think this one's gonna get more respect out of you, so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Dimitar Berbatov.
Yes,
as my opener.
Yeah. One of the best touches of all time. Pause.
He got outshined by Rooney and Ronaldo and Nani, and I mean, I guess deservedly so.
Yeah.
But Berbatov, people have a lot of respect for him. He was so good at dribbling, and he was part of the reason why Man U was so great for all those years. So
100%.
Dimitar Berbatov.
Dimitar, I love that. Bulgarian, I believe, legend. He's got, if you ever like watch any YouTube videos, just watch like him and his training, like the passing drills he does off the wall.
Yeah.
It's incredible to watch. Top 5 athlete that deserves more respect. I like this one. My mom likes this guy, so I'm gonna call his name out, but Andre Miller.
Okay.
Point guard.
Yeah.
I believe he's like top 5 in assists when he did retire at the time. Played for the Sixers for a little bit, Nuggets. He's a little bit of a journeyman, but an absolute court legend. Like he had the vision, just a true point guard. And forgotten legend, I would say, for sure.
Yeah.
And that he does deserve more respect on his name. You said soccer here, so I'm going to go with another player from that team as well, but Carlos Tevez.
Oh, yeah.
From that, he played for both sides of Manchester, but he was great on United. He did a lot of the dirty work. He ran his ass off for the team.
He always reminded me of like the Tasmanian Devil. He was a little crazy guy out there. Didn't
learn how to speak English. He spent so many years in English, just didn't care.
Yeah.
And he just went out there and balled every single play, every single game. So he deserves a little bit more respect, though.
Yeah. You said forgotten legends. I think this kind of relates to it, except she mentioned like from your childhood in particular. So I would feel bad not putting this guy on my list. I'm going to go with Baron Davis.
BD.
I loved Baron Davis when I was growing up, and like the dunk when he rips his shirt out of his
on
shorts.
AK-47. Yeah.
That was just sick. So that's just like something from my childhood that I don't know a lot of people relate to me on. And then the next one I'll go with is going to have to be the Flying Hawaiian, Shane Victorino.
I love it.
People love, like everybody loves him, but I don't know if he's brought up enough. Like he was a great player, and also just like a Phillies legend. He gets lost in the Rollins, Utley, Howard, Hamels, Holiday.
Made some huge plays for the World Series.
Yeah, Grand Slam against CC Sabathia. But yeah, so that was a big childhood sports person of mine that I wish got more respect.
Gosh, I'm having a tough time here, to be honest with you. I'm going to throw out this name here. I think he does get the respect that he deserves. I think his reign was a little short, but maybe a Steve Franchise in there.
No way. I was going Steve Francis next. I swear to God. That's a great pull.
Like I said,
I promise you I was going to go Steve Francis, but Baron Davis was closer to me, so I was saving Steve for next round.
That's so funny. This question brings up like so many hoopers that there's so many players in the NBA that are so good. Like everybody's top level, but they kind of do get a little bit forgotten or put under the whatever. So Steve Franchise is definitely one of those guys. I think he just had a reign in Houston where he was unbelievable when he came into the league. So I'm gonna have to put him as my number 3. Number 4, damn, I don't know. Let me give me some Jeopardy music for this one.
I feel like there's a decent amount of soccer. I can't put my finger on one in particular, but I'm just thinking old FIFAs. I actually have a hockey guy I'm going with next. But I'm surprised you don't have like a soccer, like a particular Brazilian from Manchester United who wore number 8 and had cornrows.
Mr. Anderson?
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson? Yeah, I mean...
you don't have to pick him, but just like that era of soccer I'm thinking of. That's when we were really growing up. Yeah,
that's definitely him. I'm not going to lie to you. When I was playing FIFA, I would sub off Andy.
Because he was slow?
Yeah, I would sub off Andy. I would just play the fast. Like, I'd play Wayne Rooney in my center mid.
Yeah.
And I'd put Chicharito and, I'd have...
I was going to say, you got to pick somebody.
Hernandez. I'll give Chicharito for Man United. I'm going all Man United.
It's fine.
In my
it's
team,
your childhood.
Yeah, I'll go Chicharito for my number 4 spot.
All right, so you have one left.
Uno Mas, yeah.
My number 4, because I have 2, right? Yeah,
you have 2, 4 and 5,
is I don't even know if you know this guy because you're a Penguins fan, but James Van Riemsdyk.
The name does ring a bell a little bit.
Yeah, he was awesome, and he was also like a bridge between like when Lindros and Recchi and Leclerc left, and like before Giroux, but like during Giroux as well. So he was just a guy I liked a lot. I won't elaborate much further. And then a fifth one. Oh, I'm gonna go with Corey Dillon,
Dylon,
formerly of the Patriots and the Bengals. I don't know why I loved Corey Dillon. I think was he on a Super Bowl winning team with Brady in the early 2000s? Can you look up if Corey Dillon is a Super Bowl winner, Jamie, please? Thank you. Dude, I had some honorable mentions. It sounded like you were running out of gas.
Yeah,
I guess let me know.
For sure.
So once I thought of Corey Dillon, I thought maybe Marshall Faulk or Warren Dunn from the Falcons. But then I also, when I went Berbatov, I was thinking Andre Arshavin at first.
I love that.
Yeah, but I went Berbatov instead.
He won a Super Bowl with the Patriots in 2004, so yes.
4, okay.
Nice. Yeah. This one, I saw this recently.
Oh, wait, I thought you were done. My bad.
I got one more.
My bad. Well,
I guess it's a forgotten player, but I saw this video come across, and this guy was playing golf the same era as like Tiger Woods. He just like wasn't afraid of anything. But I'll go with Vijay Singh. Like he was just like, he wanted to be the guy in that same era. And he just, played his game. And I think he's a little bit forgotten nowadays.
You like Vijay growing up?
I did because he was another dark skinned dude on the golf game.
Tiger?
Yeah, but I didn't pick Tiger. I was like, let me get Vijay Singh.
Yeah.
I thought he was a black dude at first. I was like, cool.
Vijay's well respected in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
He is? Okay. Well,
yeah. All right, cool.
I don't know too much about it.
Alex, did you have anybody top of mind that we didn't mention, or Jessica, for people? JJ Barea, by chance? Any Philly that like you love that you Carlos Ruiz maybe didn't get the respect he deserved?
Yeah, I did like Carlos Ruiz.
All right, fine.
Jason Terry.
The Jet.
Yeah, Jason Terry's a good pull.
He got dunked on by him.
He was like 50 years old. He was like geriatric at that point. But
all right, cool. So I guess that takes us into the agenda, Abe. We should probably start with the NBA.
Yeah, since we're already there, right?
Well,
the playoffs are on.
Playoffs are on.
We're watching the game. What is it? Game 5 of the Pacers and Cavs series. Dude, the Cavs, they've got that pedigree. They've came back from 3-1 before.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
They've said that. Darius Garland's
I know. I saw it. I was like, dude, zero
team.
People on this roster that were on that team.
The same owner though.
Yeah,
no, I don't think it's the same owner.
Dan Gilbert, not the same guy.
I don't think he owns the Cavs anymore.
Okay,
he might. I don't know. I might be making stuff up.
Anyway, yeah. I'm super shocked that the Pacers are doing this.
Yeah.
You want to know what I just learned? So the Pacers are up 3-1. I don't know if we mentioned that yet. The Tyrese Halliburton. So I assume you saw that he. I assume you saw that he was rated the most overrated player by the other players, which good for him for doing this.
Showing up, yeah.
But even more interestingly, he just passed Chris Paul. Did you see this?
I saw this.
Most career games with 25
turnovers.
points, 10 assists, and 0 turnovers in the history of the NBA. He's 25.
Yeah.
That's a great that's a great stat line.
That's ridiculous.
Like 25 and 10 on its own is great. With 0 turnovers as a point guard,
that's ridiculous.
That's a great stat line. Yeah. And he's number 1 ever.
Yeah. And the way they play as well, to not have turnovers, they play so fast. And to have 0 turnover games is insane.
That's incredible. If you remember before the James Harden trade, it was him and then picks for Ben Simmons, and we said no. Yeah.
I don't remember that, so thanks for bringing that.
Brutal.
Bringing that back up.
Yeah, I've seen it all over the place ever since. So, anyway, yeah, Pacers are up 3-1 against the Cavs. We definitely did not see that. We did not have that in our brackets.
I did not see the Pacers getting out the first round.
No, the Bucks really didn't show up. I guess we didn't cover it, but yeah,
the Bucks didn't show up. Dame was hurt. He came back in like game 3 or 4. Wasn't the same. He had that. What was it, blood clots that he had? And he came back quicker than expected, but he just wasn't ready to go in that series. But all credit to the Pacers. They came out and just walloped the Bucks. I don't even know how
they're smoking the Cavs in this series, too.
They are.
They've been up by 50 in some
games. They're like the worst. They have like the worst away record in the NBA, or the to make the playoffs, they had the worst away record in the NBA, and
The
then
Pacers did?
and then they beat the number 1 seed twice in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so I mean, another shocker, maybe not as shocking, but maybe as shocking. The Knicks are also up 3-1 against Boston.
Boston, yeah.
I would say people expected more from the Knicks than they did the Pacers, but they would expect more from Boston than they would the Cavs.
Absolutely,
So
they're
it's
the defending champs.
Shocking, if you will.
Defending champs, and they got beat on their home floor. They just did not look good. They didn't show up till the 3rd game of the series, and then
Villanova's having a huge week. They got the Knicks up 3-1. Pope is in the building.
Yeah.
Villanova grad. I don't know, man. The Knicks could do it. I don't want to keep counting out the Pacers because even when they smoked the Bucks, I was still like, the Cavs will take care of them, and then I still want to be like, the Knicks will take care of them. So we'll see. But if these, I mean, unless there's great comebacks and it's Pacers Knicks, first of all, I think they match up well. I think it'll be a really fun series to watch. But the Knicks have a good shot of getting to the finals. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Brunson's a great leader, especially in crunch time. I don't know. I feel like I always look at his stats and he's like 9 for 23, and I'm like, that's not that great. But then it was like, I don't know, 2 for 18 and then 7 for 7.
Dude, even last night, like he had 30 plus points. And I was like, I don't feel like he scored at all in such a long time. Like he's so efficient.
Maybe
sometimes
he's getting to the line a lot too, and it's not showing up on the like field goals.
Yeah, I have no idea, but he is absolutely hooping in these playoffs.
Yeah,
I think he's leading the playoffs in scoring overall as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with that, like there's still this. Like Cat could wake up and start playing a little bit better on offense, at least.
I mean, OG's playing well. Josh Hart gets you everything every single night.
Bridges too.
Bridges is very, very good. They've got Mitchell Robinson gets every single O board. Like they have a squad assembled for these playoffs, and they are showing up when it matters the most.
Yeah, obviously it'll be interesting when whoever they match up with in the West. It seems to have a little bit of stronger caliber teams overall.
Yeah,
we were wrong about the Lakers, that's for sure.
Oh my God, were we wrong?
Out. Yeah, so the Timberwolves advanced in that series
in 5.
Yeah, not even playing all that well either, and definitely not playing.
Anthony Edwards didn't even play that well.
That's what I mean.
He had a few good games, but like
same thing against the Warriors. They're up. Are they up 3-1 or 2-2?
They're up 3-1 now.
Yeah, they're up 3-1. I think the Warriors won the first game though.
They won the second game, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, they're up 3-1 against the Warriors. Still not playing great. Mm-hmm. Steph is out, like you mentioned, so that's obviously a help.
Yeah.
So they're likely going to advance. The Denver series is 2-2.
2-2, yeah.
Yeah. So
2-2.
You want to walk through what's going on over there?
I believe they both split the home court, so the away team won a game away. And the 2 MVP candidates, the 2 front runners, are having a go at it. Jokic had like one of his like uncharacteristic games in his last game, but the series tied up at 2-2, and anything can happen. For Game 5.
I was watching Game 1 or 2. I forget which one, and the commentators were talking about how OKC is trying to take the assists away from Jokic,
make him a scorer.
Yeah, and I didn't really get it, but it seemed to be effective. And I've been checking the stat lines, and his assists haven't been through the roof this series. I mean, he's still getting 5, 6, 7, but I'm wondering. I've been meaning or wanting to ask you like why that would be such a thing. Like, why would he not be able to just score? I guess it plays such a role, not only in their offense, but in his game. And how do you just stop someone from assisting? What does that even mean?
You just play him tight as hell, pause, and you cut off the passing lanes. You really try to force him to make something happen as
let
opposed
him dribble
to
and shoot.
Yeah, supposed to letting him get to a spot and letting him be comfortable and facilitate the offense. Because I mean, if he's assisting, that's trouble because all the other players are engaged in the game. They're scoring points. They're touching the rock. And like, if you cut that off, maybe the energy zaps from them, like a Michael Porter Jr., like I'm not touching the rock, I'm not playing defense type of thing. So I get the game plan. It's proven to be a little bit effective. As you see, they've won a few games in this series, but let's see if they can continue it.
Yeah, I mean, that one game, Aaron Gordon with the 3, I think they were down all game.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon shot the 3, the response, and made it with, I think, 0.8 seconds left.
Bless you.
Bless you. And
his 20-point comeback.
His response was pretty funny. It was cool, I thought, because like what prompted you? Like, what made you think that was the right shot, or what prompted you to shoot? And he was like, "The open shot is the right shot." That must be something they say in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like the open shot is the right shot
because he's too quick with it as well.
Yeah. But
I
that
love
was
it.
his second buzzer beater
Yeah, I
in the
was about to
playoffs
say.
because he had that dunk.
The dunk, yeah, I've
So-
never seen that before. A buzzer beater dunk. That
Yeah.
was so awesome. If you haven't seen it, go watch that clip on YouTube. Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, so it looks like it's gonna be Knicks Pacers in the East, and then Timberwolves against whoever wins between the Thunder and Nuggets, which I think we predicted was going to be the most exciting matchup. Probably the two best teams in the league. So
Yeah, I mean, I had the Clippers. I'm not gonna lie. I had the Clippers beating the.
well, that was
Nuggets.
because of
They
the
went to
coaching
7
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. They did go to 7, and the Nuggets prevailed there in that series. But yeah, this is one of the tightest matchups, as you can see. There's 3-1 leads around the league, and then it's the 2-2 for the Nuggets and Thunder right now.
Yeah, there's like a player on each team. The Pacers, I'm really enjoying Halliburton. The Knicks, Brunson, Timberwolves. I love Anthony Edwards.
Hey,
Thunder and Nuggets. I'm not the biggest fan of their rosters, but I do respect their greatness. So I'm interested in pretty much every team.
I mean, it's the 2 MVP candidates.
Yeah.
You really can't ask for much more facing each other in the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm just not. I like them both as players. I think they deserve to be the front runners, but I can't just say I'm a fan. I'm not Alex. I don't just say like, oh, he's the best, so now I'm a fan of his.
Not jumping ship.
Yeah.
I just wish there weren't as many injuries in this playoffs. I feel like, I mean, even like a Darius Garland's missed a bunch of games for the Cavs. Obviously, Steph Curry, one of the best basketball players for the last 15, 20 years ever, honestly, has a hamstring injury.
I will say Tatum's, though, they were down 3-1. Like, it was over already.
Yeah.
I think they were down.
There was like 3 minutes
like
left. They were down by 3 when he got hurt.
I thought it was 111-103.
I thought it was 3 points. I don't know.
I think it was more.
Okay.
But whatever.
But they should have been up more because they had a
losing.
big lead in that game.
Yeah.
And then the
Knicks play good well in the fourth. I've noticed that.
JB, man.
Yeah, they lock it down too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, anything more on the NBA?
No. I'm excited for that Eastern Conference Finals matchup. Probably Knicks Pacers. And then honestly, I would love to see AE keep on going. The young kid's 23 years old, and
I would be rooting for the Timberwolves over the Thunder or the Nuggets. So
yeah, I would want to see him in the finals. He got so close last year, so I hope
he's second all time in Timberwolves playoff wins after KG, obviously. But isn't that crazy?
That is crazy, and he's been in the league for like 4 years. Yeah,
well, I know they suck, but like I feel like he's in year 3 or 4.
I think it's like 5.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still incredible.
I mean, they sucked when he was there in the beginning, too.
That's why they had the number 1 overall pick. You know?
Well, yeah. It's not like it's the first time.
Speaking of number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, I guess we can go right to there.
We've got some claps going on in the background.
Yeah, why don't
he's not using his hands.
Who got the number 1 overall pick? Golly. Just throwing that thing back over there.
Hey, yo.
Anyway, the Dallas Mavericks ended up with the number 1 overall pick. I think they were slotted in like the 11th spot as far as where the percentage fell.
Yeah.
Sixers overperformed too. They end up with the 3rd pick. They were supposed to be 6th or so. Once they got into this top 6, I had like some weight off my shoulders because if we were 7th or higher, it was going to OKC.
Gotcha.
So once we got into the top 6, I was happy. But then to end up top 3, that was good.
Amazing.
It was great.
I love it.
So I think Spurs ended up at 2.
Yep.
So it'll be Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, and then who knows?
It could be Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, that order.
You think?
Yeah.
I think, who would you rather have?
It depends on what team you have.
The Sixers.
The Sixers, I'd probably go with Ace Bailey because we have bigger. Yeah, and we have a bunch of guards.
Yeah. Well, that's probably who we're going to end up with, from what I understand.
I mean, I'm good with either. I mean, they weren't serial winners at Rutgers, but the talent is obviously there. But there is a bit of a question mark on why they weren't able to, have their team perform a little bit better, maybe above 500 if you have 2 NBA caliber players on your team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and hopefully there's just a lot of potential for them to grow into, but those have been the consensus top 3 for more than a year now.
Yeah, for sure.
So obviously that's how it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 3, 2.
Yeah,
but who is actually going to make those draft picks is going to be interesting because, as we mentioned earlier, Bucks have been eliminated from the playoffs. The future of their franchise does not look great right now. Giannis has finally said that he's open to being traded, and I would say all three of those teams would be willing to give up their pick to add Giannis and think that they could win in the immediate future. So, do you think that Cooper Flag ends up on the Mavs?
No. Oh, and do you think? I'm sorry. Do you think that Giannis? Okay, you threw me for a loop.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I do think that Cooper Flag ends up on the Mavs.
Do you think that Harper and Bailey end up on the Knicks and Sixers?
Spurs and Sixers?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Do you pair a Wemby up with a Giannis? I don't know how that's spacing. Oh, I guess Wemby can shoot threes as well. You got Pop as the GM now of not the GM, but the head of basketball operations, El Jefe, there it is, for the Spurs now. So you can see him making a move. I mean, the Spurs are a great franchise. They can make anything work. I do think they go through the draft here and stay young, get that young core Wemby, Dylan Harper, and Ace Bailey in there.
De'Aaron Fox isn't that old.
They also have the reigning rookie of the year, and they have De'Aaron Fox. Like, they have a solid core.
Is what, 30?
30, still young.
Yeah.
Still young. But did you see what Giannis said? He's saying he's open to playing in like a tax-free state or whatever, or a no-income tax state. And Texas fits the bill. Yeah. Texas does fit the bill. So,
yeah. Would you rather have Giannis or Cooper Flag? If it was
what team am I on right now?
Mavs.
The Mavs? I'd probably rather have Cooper Flag.
Like if it was 1-for-1.
Like, I don't think, I mean, you got Kyrie, Anthony Davis.
Because, like, Cooper Flag's great.
Yeah,
and obviously
you can win right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You can win right now with that Kyrie, Giannis, and Anthony Davis.
Oh, you have to. You would.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, can you win right now with Cooper Flag?
Yeah, you can still win with Cooper Flag. You still got Kyrie and you got Anthony Davis as well.
Yeah.
But if you wanted like a more sure thing, obviously
it's like, what's
Giannis.
the time? Where's the overlap? You either think you can win right now with Cooper Flag, or if you don't think you can win right now, but even in year 3, he could lead the team. What is AD and who are they in 2 years?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So do you just take Giannis now and say, let's go?
I would not personally. I would take Cooper Flag. Because if you get it wrong, you still have, building blocks for the next team.
And I think he could win right now.
And I do think, I think he's that talented
I think
as well.
he's fine to be the third asset at worst on that team.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would make the trade.
I would take either, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, they would know better than me. Who knows? Nico Harrison's been crazier in the past.
We'll see what he ends up doing.
It's a bold move, Con. We'll see how this pans out. Pans out perfectly well.
I know. Was there a back end deal there going on with Adam Silver in the commission's office?
I don't know. Jessica thinks so.
There's like a theory going around. It's like you trade your best player, you get like the number 1 overall pick. All these franchises.
Yeah, AD's been a part of like 3 of them.
Yeah,
every team who trades AD gets the first round pick.
Interesting. It's amazing how the dominoes just fall, huh?
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
All right. Well, from one draft to another, this is a little bit outdated, but we would be doing our fans some injustice if we didn't cover the NFL draft that passed by. A couple of shockers, some pretty fun moves. Cam Ward, as we all thought, went number 1 out of Miami to the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
We thought Travis Hunter would go second, which he did, but not to the Browns. They traded back, and the Jaguars traded up, I believe, from the 5th spot and took him there. So he's going to Jacksonville. And then Genty went 6 to the Raiders, and Shadur Sanders was not the second quarterback off the books. He kept getting delayed, and I think this was around 23 or 25. The Giants were up to pick again, because some people thought they were going to take him
earlier,
3, but they took Abdul Carter. But 23, 25 comes back around, and I'm at least me. I'm thinking,
they're picking Shadur.
Not only do they get Abdul Carter, they made a great plan. They get to take Shadur, but they in fact go with Jackson Dart.
Yeah, from Ole Miss.
Who we've talked about on the podcast before. Yeah. I personally liked him more than Shadur in the draft, but what ended up happening to Sanders, I did not see.
Nobody did.
Yeah, it's not like I had Dart over Sanders, and then like it was
he's way down the list.
Yeah. It was like 2 and 3. You could flip flop them all day long. But as you just alluded to, Shadur Sanders went in what round?
I believe the 5th.
Yeah, the 5th round. To the Browns.
The Browns.
Who weirdly enough drafted Dylan Gabriel.
Yes.
Who, like, fair enough.
He's a good quarterback.
You like
yeah.
him more than Sanders. That's fine. But why did you draft Sanders
Both.
afterwards?
Mm.
Didn't really get that.
It's Cleveland, though. It's Cleveland
Yeah.
Browns.
But I'd like to dive in just for a second. I mean, I'm sure people have heard a ton about others' opinions on it. But what are your thoughts about Sanders dropping so far? What do you think happened? Or
I thought it was just weird. I mean, this was not a really great draft for quarterbacks in itself. And he was up there in like the top, 5 quarterbacks. He was up there in the Heisman for some part of the season, even the previous season. And I thought he would get drafted in the first, maybe the second. I was very, very shocked to see him fall to the 5th. But there is like a thing where it's like after, 2 rounds, like who's really going to pick him,
Yeah.
So it gets a little awkward. But I don't know what the reason for it was. Like, I wish we kind of knew. Did he interview bad? Did he not know the plays? Was he not on time? Like, I wish there was more of a solid thing that came out.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I do too, because now we're just kind of speculating.
Yeah.
My thought was maybe that, which doesn't really add up, because I think there are arguments that you obviously, my take on Ward and Dart. You take them over him, fine. Dylan Gabriel, honestly, yeah, he led a
Oregon,
better football team in a better conference to a better record with better stats. So sure, you can take Dylan Gabriel. He was up there with the Heisman candidacy as well. Even Jalen Milroe, who went before him from Alabama. I don't think he's better than Sanders, but, Alabama quarterback, SEC guy, really, really athletic.
Jalen Hurts and
Yeah. I don't know. I guess there's an argument. The kid from Louisville, I don't get at all.
I've never heard of him before.
I forget who drafted him.
But apparently he's a dog, though.
Is he?
Yeah, I've heard he's a dog.
I've heard. So anyway, so
what's his name? Tyler Show.
Yeah, Tyler Show. So those 5 go off the board. 4 of them, I think there's an argument.
Yeah.
So, but then my thought is you get to a point where because now we're like 2.5, 3 rounds in probably. And it's like you can either take a very now you're just drafting for a backup.
Yeah.
So not only are you passing up on potentially talented, either linemen or weapons.
Yeah.
But is Shedeur Sanders the backup quarterback he's almost the opposite of the type of backup a team is looking for.
Right. You don't want any attention to your backup.
You would almost take the risk as a starter. But once all the teams, like those 5 rookies were drafted that are maybe going to compete for a starting spot were drafted, it's like the Eagles don't want him as a backup. They don't think he's bad. Like Tanner McKee, our backup, is less talented than Sanders, but do we want Sanders in the locker room as a backup? I actually, he's a nice kid. I don't think he's just going to walk in and be like an immediate cancer, but necessarily. But all that comes with him, it's like it almost
too much baggage.
It almost hurt him. It was like he had to be the best, or teams are going to push past him because it's not worth all the media.
Yeah.
So
exactly, that's exactly
that's where my head was at. Was why he kept dropping and dropping.
But then it's like, who's going to be that team that picks him? Because like you said, you can pick whatever player that you need in that round. Like you don't need a starting quarterback in the 5th round if you haven't drafted him before then.
Exactly.
So it's like,
but I mean, hey, listen. At some point, someone had to go. We got to take him. Like, what's going on here? This is a steal, and the Browns did. So we'll see what ends up happening. That's pretty much all I had. We have some hometown hoops. Jahad Campbell got drafted by the Eagles. That's actually a great steal. I think he was projected like between 15 and 20. We got him at 31, so that's great.
But the guy. And we got a safety from Texas. Got to shout out UT.
No, that's fine.
Got to shout out UT out there.
Play.
I mean, we lost their CJGJ, so hopefully he fills in that slot.
Yeah.
Fellow African, my brother.
Cool.
Was it Makuba or something?
Makuba. Oh, it's a great name. I'm back in. All right, from football to football, Ave. A lot of good soccer recently.
Hell yeah.
I guess we should start in the Champions League where you cooked my ass. I think I owe you a bill.
Let's go.
PSG defeated Arsenal in advance. Inter beat Barca in advance. That second, the first game was great. The second game was crazy.
Yeah.
So what was it? It was like 2-0, then 2-0 Inter. Barca scores 3. The third one in the 87th minute, by the way, to go 3-2.
They thought they won
advance. Inter scores in the 95th or 6th. and ties it to go to extra time, and then scores again in extra time and wins 4-3, 7-6 on aggregate. So our Champions League final is PSG Inter Milan.
Yes, Sirski.
Just as you called it.
Yes, Sirski.
What did you like from PSG or Inter in particular?
So from Inter, I loved the fight that they had. So I don't know if you've seen the interview about this was from a while ago, but it's about the Italian teams and they're like juicing.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's like Gary Neville and a few of the Manchester United boys accused a couple Italian teams.
There's no way they're running around for this long.
So Inter was dealing with like major injuries. Like Pavard was out. I don't think he actually played in this game, but Lautaro Martinez had like a horror injury, and like he somehow came on and played like the first 60 minutes and scored a goal in the second leg. So it's like that rumor is kind of getting back out there again, that these Italian teams are doing something over there to get their players ready and juiced up for these games.
Yeah.
But I just love the fight that Inter had. Acerbi, he's like 37 years old. He had like multiple injuries and scored like
cancer.
Beat cancer.
Yeah.
Scored his first Champions League goal. That was, I believe, the third goal to tie it. And that's a center back coming up and scoring for you. But they just are a team. Their coach is wearing a full decked out suit. It was pouring rain. He just looks so cool. That Italian football is like, it's kind of a little bit, the essence of it is a little bit back. So I was excited to see that. And then for PSG, I just love the youth that they have in their team. Varascalia's come in midway through the season. Desiree Doué has been so good. Ousmane Dembele's having a record year. Barcola, young Frenchman, they're just doing it so well. Their midfield, Hal Neves, they're just doing it so well. Mendy, Hakimi, won man of the match. Like, they have so many young players. Luis Enrique is a great coach. I just love what they're doing at PSG. I love the project. I mean, they got rid of some dead weight. Mike's going to love this part.
Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe is no longer on PSG. Now they're heading to the final once again.
And he left to win a Champions League.
Yes, he did. And he ended up trophyless at Real Madrid this season.
Yes.
But yeah, I just love PSG and I love Inter. I still have Inter in this final. I do think the Italians are going to come through, but I wouldn't be mad if PSG won. I would not be mad at all.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm heartbroken.
I know.
Obviously, I'm a huge Arsenal fan. Imagine if it was Man U, and they just didn't give enough of a fight. They were injured.
They don't have a striker.
PSG was better. Yeah, they already don't have a striker, and everyone who like fills in and does well got hurt.
Yeah.
So they're trying their best, but they were pretty low on fuel there. So yeah, PSG kind of whooped them around. But I'll tell you what, and this can segue into some of La Liga talk, but I'm passionate about Barca again, man.
They're back.
I know I don't know what episode it was, halfway through this journey. We were like, yeah, Barca's losing or winning or whatever it is. But without Messi, like, I'm not there. I don't hate Madrid as much as I used to, whatever the case is. I'm so anti-Madrid and I'm so for Barca. It's crazy. Lamine Yamal has rejuvenated my Barca fandom. I mean, this kid is unbelievable,
yes.
Dave. Unbelievable.
Yes. He's better than Messi at this age.
You take that back, Ricky Bobby. He's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
And Rafinha is so fun to watch. Lewandowski at 38 years old or however old he is, 36. Just playing with the two young guys up there.
Frankie de Jong in the midfield. Pedri
looks awesome. Yeah, they're so
their
fun.
left back had 2 assists in that second leg.
Yeah, the right back had a goal in El Clasico, I think.
Okay. I don't even know these kids are so young. I don't even know their names.
I know Kubarsi's back there because Koundé's hurt. He wasn't even supposed to be playing, but Koundé's hurt. Araujo, I'm not sure how much he's playing, but anyway, dude, yeah, Barca, I'm fanboying again.
Yeah, I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah, so they did lose to Inter, but they came out and actually Real went up 2-0, and similar to the Inter game, Barca came back and won 4-3. So they went up 3-2, then 3-3, then 4-3. Yamal scored. I believe Rafinha scored. It was awesome.
I don't know, but I do know that Mbappe did have a hat trick in this game.
Mbappe did have a hattie.
He's known for big game hat tricks.
Most goals in a Real Madrid debut season ever.
Yeah,
38. So he's not playing
got
poorly.
27 La Liga goals.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
He's not playing poorly, but Barca is 4-0-0 in El Clasico this year.
Yeah.
Twice in the league. I don't know where else. I guess in Copa del Rey and the
Yeah,
Spanish
they beat
Cup.
him in the final
Yeah.
for one of the cups, and then twice in the league, and
So
I guess in both cups.
yeah, so at 17 years old, Lamine Yamal has beaten Mbappe in 6 straight games and stopped him from 4 trophies: the Euros, the La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and then
the Spanish League
the Spanish League's Cup. Yeah.
Sheesh.
So he is Mbappe and Madrid's kryptonite.
The stopper.
It's awesome,
dude. And he talks trash. That's what I love about Yamal. He's so young.
And did the interview? Oh, it was so good. Jessica, did you see this? They were talking about how like Yamal carries himself with swag or something, and he was like, "Well, I keep winning, so until they beat me, I guess I keep doing what I want." Yeah,
Yeah.
17. Oh, he's awesome.
He's the best. I love Yamal. I gotta get a jersey.
Sound like you're gonna say I love your mom.
You know what's crazy too? He's a great guy too, because he should be wearing the number 10 shirt for Barcelona this year. But his boy Ansu Fati is having a rough patch. Like he's got injured. They sent him away. He's back at Barca. He was like, "No, like you can keep your jersey. Like I don't want it." Like he just took 19, and he was just like, "That's fine. That's my number." Like he wanted Ansu Fati to have that number. Actually, there's one game where they were up by a decent amount, and he was like, he signaled to the bench, like, "Can Ansu Fati come on for me?" And he did. So like he's 17 years old, but like the way he carries himself is so awesome.
People don't know. So this might be a top 5 one time, but like top 5 what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
But Ansu Fati,
he was Yamal. Yeah,
he was Yamal. Like at 18 years old, he was on the first team, and he was supposed to be as good, and it never came to fruition. Like
it was injuries, and then Xavi didn't mesh with him, so he didn't play in that team.
Dude, Ansu Fati was playing like when Messi was still there.
Yeah, he was nasty. He's still good. He's still got it in the tank. It's just he's got to find that.
I feel like he put some weight on though.
Maybe.
Like, I think he's past it.
And also injuries probably slowed him down a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Enough of the Spanish football. Let's hop over to some English stuff. Two English announcements here. I'll let you take this away because I'm sure it's an announcment.
Which one do you want me to go for?
Well, I'll do the sucky one. Liverpool won the Prem this weekend, or maybe even last weekend. At 82 points, I think they're locked in already or something like that. Yeah. They'll probably end up with 90 plus, but Manchester City, I think, is going to end up in second, which sucks because Arsenal's been choking. And then it's Arsenal, Nottingham still?
Yeah.
So Liverpool wins. We can move on. Trent's gone though. Trent's to
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
They're collecting all the
Scouser in Madrid.
They're collecting all the Infinity Stones again.
Yeah. Dude, he got burnt though this year. He had the most dribbled pass in the Premier League.
He's literally a right winger.
Yeah. Madrid will find a way to use it though.
Yeah. Dude,
anyway,
they might team up with Alphonso Davies too.
Yeah. In other English football news though, Ave.
Yes.
Some good news.
Yes. The kid, Harry Kane.
Yes, Harry Kane.
He is finally he's finally won a trophy. He's no longer trophyless. One of the best scorers of all time. One of the best English players of all time.
11 or 12 years in Tottenham, something like that.
Yeah, not one single trophy. Didn't win the trophy last year with Bayern, who always wins.
Which is hilarious. I'm glad it went down this way.
And because Leverkusen came through last year out of nowhere with under the helms of Xabi Alonso, won the Bundesliga. But Harry Kane with Bayern Munich is finally a champion in professional football. I mean, he's coming off back-to-back Euro losses. So like he's been in finals. He just has not pulled through. But this year was the year for Harry Kane. 2025 is a good year for Harry Kane.
And isn't Tottenham in the final for the Europa against Man U?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So maybe he broke the curse
double.
Them. We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
We need that to qualify for Champions League next year.
So hopefully not.
We're in 17th place right now.
Yeah.
17th place. Crazy. Manchester United.
That's almost relegation.
Yes. We're like 10 points above the relegation zone, but yes, the worst Manchester United team.
Tottenham's right ahead of you, though. Tottenham's 16th. Yeah.
It's insane.
And then
the Big Six is no longer.
No.
The Big Six is no longer. But anyway, there's one last thing that I wanted to cover on the Prem. Did you see the owner of Nottingham Forest? So Nottingham Forest is, they're a long-standing English team. They have great history, but in recent years, they have not been that great. But this year, they're fighting for Champions League spots. Yeah. So I believe they tied their last game against Aston Villa, and their owner, this big Greek fat owner, walks onto the pitch and just starts yelling at Nuno Espirito because they tied the game and in the game they should have won. I just thought that was so out of line. Like, you never see that ever in the Premier League. You never see that from owners. Like, that should not happen.
Yeah, and
all.
also he's definitely still exceeding expectations.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, like
coming into the season, what did you really expect from this Nottingham Forest side?
below 10.
Yeah.
Like double-digit ranking.
Yeah. But he's got them in European.
And he's a great guy.
He's a great guy. He's got him in European.
Great guy, the best guy.
He's got him in European championship or European qualification right now. Like, I think they're in the Europa League right now, but like they're pushing for the Champions League. Like, it's a really close battle, and like to have that optics did not look good at all at this point in the season, and
No.
I really didn't like it.
No, that stinks. That sucks.
But I hope Nuno pulls through and Nottingham qualifies for the Champions League
Yeah.
to get booted in the first round.
Whatever. It's still a good story.
Yeah, and they make a shit ton of money too as well when they qualify for the Champions League, as opposed to Europa and what's the other one? The Conference League.
Yeah. All right. Baseball or F1?
Baseball.
All right. Baseball, I think, will be pretty quick. Main story that people need to know is that the AL East is back and exactly how it needs to be. You can sleep tightly at night. We've got the New York Yankees in first place, where they belong. We've got the Boston Red Sox hot on their tail, exactly where they should be. You got the Toronto Blue Jays kind of cooling it out in the middle. You've got the Tampa Bay Rays below 500, but sneaky get some wins.
Yeah.
And you got the abysmal Baltimore Orioles at 15-24.
Oh,
Life
boy.
is good again, and we are back. Orioles being in first, Yankees in last for the past. Oh gosh, that's just disgusting. You're wearing a White Sox hat. They were historically bad last year. Believe it or not, the Rockies are doing worse than the White Sox were last year, which was historically bad. Sorry, rattled off a lot there, but I just was very excited about the AL East being.
Can I ask you one question? Rafael Devers for the Boston Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
This man said, "You guys brought me here to hit. That's all I'm going to do." How do you feel about that?
I've heard some mixed signals on that. I still think he's
in the wrong.
Yeah, I think he's wrong. I think he's being a pussy. But apparently, from his perspective, he's saying, I don't want to play first base until I'm comfortable doing it, and I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Still softer than a tissue, but it's not saying, no, I'm not going to play first base. He was a third baseman who's not great at fielding, hit really well, has hit horribly
in
all
Boston,
year. Since not playing third because they brought in Bregman, who's a Gold Glover at third.
Yeah.
Now, since he said I'm not playing first, shorthand, I don't know the full context. Might have been more about like what I said. He's been batting like 450 with multiple home runs, and
they try to get him started, bro.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to go on there. I wouldn't be surprised if he end up at first if the quote I heard is correct.
Yeah.
But still, like, no one's going to bitch at you for making a couple errors. Like Bryce Harper tried. He's made a couple errors in the beginning. Now he's good at first.
Yeah.
If the team and the fans understand, you're fine. I don't know what you're scared of. But anyway, that's my take on that. Did you think differently?
No, I just wanted to ask your opinion. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on the matter, but I just wanted to ask
you. Got to go play.
Yeah.
You got to go play the other position.
For sure.
Other than that, Tigers are in first, which is a shock. Not always the case. They're kind of hot and cold throughout our lifetime. Tariq Skubal's an like front runner for the Cy Young. The dude is so good. 100 from the left side, great off speed stuff. Mariners shockingly in first in the AL West, with the Athletics playing well too. So
Lawrence Butler, my boy.
I wouldn't count the Rangers and the Astros out of that conference, but right now they're both 500. I mean, Mariners are at 550, so 2 games behind, but still weird.
Long season.
Mariners have great pitching. The hitting, as I'm sure you followed more than the others, the Mets are in first in the NL East. Soto not really playing that well, but Pete Alonso is, and then some of their supplementary guys, and the pitching is way better than they expected. Phillies, go Phils. They can get better. Turner's batting over 300, which is great. Schwarber's dropping bombs. Harper's been struggling.
Yeah.
And Noel has been struggling. So,
well, he got his first win though. And
Yeah.
then Rangers back as well, so that'll give us a little bit of a boost.
yeah, I want to believe the last time we talked, the Braves were 1-8 or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
something
we
ridiculous.
said not to count them out. They
Yeah.
are now 20-21. So
Back of
they're still not fully available, as Acuna hasn't made his return yet. But I do think he's getting some reps in AAA
Nice.
starting next week or this week. So the Braves are still in it. They're 6.5 games out of first place, 4 games behind us. There's plenty of games left. So they are a real threat.
one to watch for sure.
The NL Central, the most boring conference in baseball or division in baseball, in my opinion, is being led by the Cubs right now. But the Cardinals are a game behind, and the Reds are 4 games behind.
Aren't the Cardinals? The Cardinals are on a 9-game heater right now.
They
as well.
are. They are. Yeah, 9. I thought it was 8, but yesterday
They beat the Philly,
they beat
yeah.
it, so 9. Your boy Ellie De La Cruz needs to wake up a little bit
Yeah.
in Cincinnati. I
Yeah.
think he will. He's pretty electric, but I guess we'll just have to see. NL West. What do you know about the NL West this year?
I know about the Doyers. I know about the Padres. I
See?
know about the Giants.
See?
The
The
Who else is
Giants,
out
Los
there?
Muchos, Los Diamondbacks.
Diamondback. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh Corbin.
Corbin's nice.
Corbin's going crazy.
So I believe, no, not anymore, but at one point they had the best 4 records in baseball.
Okay.
So they have the worst. They have the Colorado Rockies, but
Gotcha.
they have the Dodgers at 27-14, the Padres at 25-15, the Giants at 24-18, and the Diamondbacks at 22-20. But they have 4 teams over 20 wins, which I guess some other divisions do as well. But that division is cooking right now. So the Giants, I think, the biggest surprise there. I think Dodgers Padres was relatively expected. Diamondbacks
Diamondbacks
people
have
knew
been
were
good, yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
But the Giants are playing great. So without dwelling on MLB too much, because again, it's a long season, we'll be sure to continue to touch on it.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm so used to saying Mike Trout. Aaron Judge, worth talking about.
Rise.
He's batting .414 through how many games have they played?
414.
Yeah, .414, 500 on base percentage. So half the time he's getting on base, leading the league with 14 homers. He's got 12 doubles, 3
Tied for the
triples,
lead. No
tied
runs.
for the lead. Yeah. Does it have walks here? He's got 26 walks and 38 Ks, but his OPS on base plus slugging,
1.3.
yeah, 1.283. Yeah. Unbelievable, this guy.
You said 4. I didn't know he was hitting 414, bro.
Yeah, he's hitting .414.
Holy. And this is it's not a small sample. This is 40 plus games into the season.
Yeah. I'm trying to see, why can't I see how many
Sheesh.
games?
It didn't even get hot yet, bro.
41 games.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's a quarter, right? Yeah, 40 times 4 is 160.
Yeah. Sheesh.
So 14 times 4 is 56 homers,
On pace for
160 RBIs. RBI. I don't know how to say that.
runs
Batting
batted
414,
innings.
obviously. Crazy.
414
Anyway,
is crazy.
He
bro.
was MVP last year, deserved it, and he's doing
on
even
his
better
way.
this year.
On his way to another one.
Yeah. All right, Abe, let's wrap this up, I guess, with some F1.
You don't want to hear about my fantasy team?
Oh, sorry.
We're in the gutter right now. We lost 3 straight. So we can move past it.
Okay. Tough.
It's a long season.
You know who hasn't lost 3 straight? In fact, he's won 3 straight.
Who is that?
Oscar Piastri.
Oscar Piastri. What a guy.
Yeah.
The Australian lad.
And Lando was McLaren was the favorite, but Lando, I think, was supposed to be the better driver this year.
Yeah, I think Lando's the front of the bill for sure.
Yeah.
But Piastri is putting on an absolute clinic.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the last one was in Miami as well. So
Yes.
they're in the Americas for the time being. I think next weekend's in Italy. But yeah, Piastri is putting on an absolute clinic out there. And the McLaren, both cars are still performing well as well. So Norris is still in competition.
Yeah. Mercedes keeps finishing pretty well. I mean,
George
George
Russell,
Russell, he had a good
Antonelli.
race, and Antonelli,
Yeah.
they were 4 and 5.
I
Is that
think
right?
so. I think so. That sounds about right.
I just don't think whoever ends up driving with Verstappen the rest of the year is going to end up being enough to support. You think it's going to be Yuki?
It is Yuki. Yeah, I mean,
well,
he's going to finish out
they
this
fired
season.
the last guy.
He's going to finish out this season. They were looking to make that move for a while.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like Yuki's got the brand backing behind him. He's huge in Japan, and everybody loves him.
Yeah. We might need to get another special guest call from Pierre to talk about Ferrari a little bit here, or just what's going on with like, why is McLaren so much better? Obviously, it's because of the vehicle, but what about it this year? Because even Verstappen's not leading in points, which is abnormal.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I can't win a race because Piastri's winning them all now.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But like McLaren won last year because it was Verstappen, McLaren, Verstappen, McLaren. Yeah. Now it's Piastri's won, Norris is too. I mean, Verstappen's 16 points behind Norris and 40 or 32 behind Piastri. Yeah. So interesting. Anyway, Constructors' Cup, McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari.
Yeah. McLaren by a lot, though. They're winning by over 100 points right now. It's shocking that Mercedes is number 2, but Antonelli is putting up points in his rookie season. And George Russell's having a really, really good year.
Yeah, they're just racing well enough to be in that like 3 to 6 range.
And finishing races as well.
Yeah.
I know Ferraris haven't finished every single race.
Yeah.
I want to say Red Bull hasn't either with Liam Lawson behind the wheel. But yeah, McLaren is absolutely dominant this year so far.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
I don't know. I cannot read your mind.
Oh, it's still pretty early in the season. Like there's a lot of races to go, but for sure. McLaren's looking pretty dominant.
Looking dominant so far, but as you said, there's a bunch of races left. You know, Yuki's in that seat for Red Bull for the past 2 races. He's going to get more used to it. He's going to do more test laps in that car. So maybe Red Bull does pick it up during the season. And then I'm looking forward to seeing Mercedes continue this this season, though, because Antonelli in his rookie season is putting up a lot of points, and it's really, really surprised me.
How old is he?
Jessica? Can you look up how old is Kimi Antonelli?
Like, I feel like he doesn't have his license.
I think it's like 19.
Yeah, he was racing professionally before he had his license.
There's he can't drive.
18.
He's 18. My God.
Yeah, I don't think he can drive.
Yeah. Well, there's restrictions on the car that he got from Mercedes, and he can't drive until he's like 21.
And his first name's Andrea.
They call him Kimmy. They definitely call him Kimmy.
Kimmy's his middle name.
Oh, okay.
Because he probably didn't like Andrea.
Yeah.
He probably
likes pretty cool though.
Yeah, he probably likes Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah.
That's like a very Italian name.
What?
Andrea.
Oh yeah. Well, so is Antonelli.
I feel like Andrea can be a little feminine though.
I wonder where Kimmy came from.
Yeah, I know male and female Andreas.
Really? Besides Antonelli?
Yeah. One the French is a woman and the male is Italian.
I know an Andrea.
Male or female?
Female.
Yeah, that's
Ruben's daughter.
Yeah, I only know any Andreas that are females. But apparently it's a male's name too. But even Alexis is like a male's name in certain parts of the world. Like Alexis McAllister.
Yeah, Avery's a lady's name.
Yeah.
You felt that coming?
Yeah.
My bad. Oh, a baseball thing you have. P. Rose. Reinstated.
Let's go.
Yeah,
cheating is cool.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Well, he just gambled though.
I'm out on Shoeless Joe.
Yeah, he actually cheated.
Yeah, fuck Shoeless Joe.
Games,
is he also back in?
He's back in.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Sorry,
unbanned.
Mom. That's bullshit.
He's unbanned. I mean, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, well, he cheated to lose.
He cheated to lose, though.
Yeah,
that's
he sold it, so and his owners paid him more money.
Yeah. What were those books? Do you know those? What were those books called? Where you
Shoeless Joe and Me?
No, it might have been Shoeless Joe and Me.
Judy B. Jones.
No, but
that era.
You would go back in history and
that's him. That's and me. It was something. And
no, but there's like a whole series about it though.
Yeah, it was all the thing like an athlete and me, or
really?
like Malcolm X and me.
I thought it would be, okay. It was more than sports then. Okay, maybe you're right. But
can you look up children's books with sports heroes? Because there was Jackie and Me. That was the biggest one, I think.
Like Jackie Robinson.
Dude, did they try to make Shoeless Joe a good guy? We gotta read
gambling's good, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're trying to put a good spin on gambling.
That's why they're bringing Michael in to be the betting guy.
Gambling analyst.
Why is
That'd be
Shoeless Joe
so
such
funny.
a big part of like our baseball childhood? It's
I have no
It was like
idea.
Roberto
It's
Clemente.
like the 1919
Shoeless
World
Joe.
Series. It's
Yeah.
before World War II.
I remember the Babe one because you like go back to 1929. It's like the Great Depression. You're like, where am I? And then Babe Ruth just comes out like ripping a stogie, and he's like, "What's up, kiddo? Let's hit some balls."
This is the hardest quest you've ever put me on.
Yeah. Type
We
in
don't know what we're looking
type
for.
in Shoeless Joe and me and see what
Okay.
pops up.
Dude, I feel like it was like a Magic Treehouse book for.
Yeah.
Oh, the Magic Treehouse is a
But I feel like
thing.
it was for sports though.
Fogers.
Did you just pick up the phone and just bang somebody?
What? No, I said Fogers to her
Oh.
because you brought up Magic Treehouse. I know she's gonna start googling it.
Ugh.
I feel like that's what the book I'm thinking about was a Magic Treehouse, but it was like a sports book.
Anyway, we'll figure that out. But we got to segue into 2-minute drills, Ave.
Hell yeah, it's been a minute.
I don't know if I got anything for you.
I have something on soccer.
Oh, you?
Ooh, I want to hear this.
It's not very good.
Never mind.
I saved it like a year ago.
Is it still relevant?
Yeah, and I can't even find it now.
Oh, I have
Darn
one.
it.
I got one.
Dalton
I
Varsho won
found it.
yard tonight.
No,
boys.
this is not. This is just something that popped up while
Go
you
ahead,
guys were
Jessica.
speaking.
Yes.
It came through maybe 30 minutes before we started this, but Nottingham Forest Taiwo Awanahi.
Oh no, yeah.
He is in an induced coma now.
Yeah, I saw that. Prayers up to
He like
him.
what did he run into a goalpost or something and he had abdominal pain?
Yeah, so he was getting surgery on his abs, his abdominal surgery, and something I guess went wrong in the surgery.
They had to
And,
put him into a medically
yeah.
induced coma.
Oh man,
It's
Yeah,
awful.
what's the like?
that's all we know right now. He went
Yeah.
into urgent surgery today
Wow,
Yeah, it's really awful. Prayers up to
prayers up
to help
him.
his
Yeah, for sure.
recovery. He was put into the induced coma,
Yeah.
and then they'll have another scheduled surgery tomorrow.
All right.
Okay,
well,
so that's
my-
promising.
Yeah, my 2-minute
I was going to
drill.
say the Michael Jordan thing, but then I already said that.
Well, go ahead. Can you explain that a little further? Because
Sure.
you said it. We knew what you were talking about, but we didn't really say what it was.
Oh.
I believe yesterday it got announced for breaking news that Michael Jordan, they do not have explicitly what he's going to be doing for that NBA commentary, like color commentating. I don't know the halftime. We don't know what he's going to do, but he is going to make, in quotes, special appearance, which is very interesting because a lot of people talking about are like, which Michael are we getting? Like the Michael that can make
I
the
want
whole
Michael
room laugh,
off the
or
cigars, off all the whiskey in the world. I want that Mike.
Well,
Yellow eyes.
aren't Chuck and Shaq and them all gone next year?
No, they struck a deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're back. They're going to be on.
I would love to
ESPN,
see
but-
them all with him.
Yeah, that'd be something. That'd be great TV.
Yeah.
Dude, this Michael Jordan being back around the game of basketball has me thinking that LeBron James is going to retire this. Like he's going to retire.
That
not
was
come back
also a
this
thing.
season.
But
'Cause
more
they
so
need,
like
they need the public to keep wanting to watch, or what?
No, I think Michael Jordan wouldn't do it if LeBron was still playing basketball.
Because
wouldn't-
he'd have to comment on LeBron's games and stuff.
Yeah.
well, they said that he's doing it. Not they. I just listened to a lot of stuff, and one guy was like, "It's funny because he's going to be doing it in arguably LeBron's last year, kind of being like, I'm still here."
hmm
Do they really?
LeBron would
Is he
not
really
do
that
it.
petty?
LeBron would not be as good. I don't think. I wouldn't want to see him on like NBA post game.
I think he'd be good.
I think he's fine on podcasts, but he's
too much of a
so
nerd.
stupid. Yeah, I don't know. He's not as funny.
Michael Jordan's
I
not
don't-
funny.
yeah, I
He
don't
just
even know
himself.
I don't know if
Michael's-
Jordan's gonna be good, but like I like Chuck.
No,
and Shaq.
apparently he
Oh, yeah,
is funny
I do
when
like-
he
when he drinks,
decides
yeah.
when he decides
when he's
to
off the cigars.
do that.
All right, my turn.
Okay.
My germs.
So there have been a handful of players who have averaged a triple double in a season. You know who they are, Eve? It's only 3.
Yeah,
Nikola Jokic, Russell Westbrook, Oscar Robertson.
Correct.
that's what I was gonna say.
Jokic this year is the first one to win a playoff series. And not only win, the other times, Russell Westbrook did it 4 times, and then Oscar Robertson did it once.
Mm-hmm.
They almost got swept. They each had 1 win. Russell had 2, but they all lost in the first round. I didn't think it was that big a deal at first, but the more I think about it, I'm like, oh, I guess that means not that it's ever easy, but if your team sucks enough, you can average a triple double because you're so much a part of the offense
I don't think you can
and
put
then make the playoffs and lose.
Yeah.
But Jokic is on a winning team, winning playoff series against the Clippers, no less, and doing it with a triple-double.
I mean, your teammates still got to make shots for you to get the assists.
Not if you're just passing it to them every single play because the ball's in your hands every single play.
Still got to make the shots. Even if they put up like 30, 40 shots, they still got to make them.
I guess, but the point is those teams lost.
Yeah.
So
no, that's a incredible factoid you got there. But I don't think you can put it on the player being on a bad team. Like I don't think you can average a triple double and be like on like the worst team ever. Like I think you need to.
You did it on the Wizards, but they did make the playoffs,
and they almost got swept.
Yeah,
I don't know. But Russ is my guy. Jokic is my guy.
You got a 2-minute drill? Abe?
I do got 2 minutes. All right. It's back to the Boxio. We had Naoya Inoue fighting this week, the monster, or this past weekend. I was actually in Vegas when he was fighting. Didn't go to the fights.
I just got a FanDuel notification. Remember?
Gambler, 1800. Call that 1800 number.
Yeah.
I was out in Vegas when he was out there, and this dude, 4-division champion. That means he's moved up 4 times and won belts at 4 different weight classes. He's just unbelievable. He's 30-0, 27 knockouts, 90% KO rate. This dude got dropped in the second round, and then he came back and knocked this guy out.
Oh, I thought you meant KO'd.
No. He just got punched. Like he didn't see the punch coming, didn't respect the punches coming back, got knocked down, got back up, and then he succeeded to knock him out in like the next 3 or 4 rounds. So just an incredible fight.
That reminds me, I just saw Khabib's cousin is giving up the belt.
Islam, yeah.
He's giving up the belt to go to welterweight. So that fight's going to be between Charles Oliveira and Topuria.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. I think the welterweight division is like wide open right now, so it's probably a good step up. And like, it would look weird if Islam lost to Ilya if he's coming up a weight class. So I think it was the right move. But that Topuria versus Oliveira is going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think Topuria will probably win, but I like Oliveira.
I probably would give the favorite to Topuria as well.
We'll see.
But I mean, that weight difference is real. So if Oliveira gets on top of him, he's got great ground game. So
true. I doubt Oliveira a lot. I don't know why.
That was the thing though. Like early in his career, like he would just give up on fights. I just started watching UFC like in the last 3 or 4 years. So like I didn't know this about him. Ever since I've watched, he's been amazing. But like early in his career, he would just give up. Like he just quit.
If he was losing bad, he would just take the submission.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So, but it's a completely different guy. He's changed, and he's very, very exciting to watch now.
All right, Ave. Well, there goes episode 37. Happy to be back. Glad we are back in business. What?
I want to say something else.
Oh, go ahead.
Because I was looking this up. I meant to say this during our NFL segment.
Yeah.
This will be part of my 3-minute drill.
Gotcha.
But Ashton Genty is the second highest paid running back in the NFL.
Second highest paid running back?
Yeah, behind Saquon.
Wow, what happened? Was there a new collective bargaining agreement?
He just got drafted with the 6th pick.
Oh, that's what the 6th pick gets.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He got a signing bonus.
Usually. Yeah, but Bijan was the 7th pick last year.
Or maybe their contracts got renewed.
Oh, maybe Bijan's 3rd, actually. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
But yeah, he got $22.7 million signing bonus, and he's got a fully guaranteed $35 million coming to him.
Wow.
It pays. It pays. But he's a dog. I love everything he said before the draft, and I'm excited to see him ball out for the Raiders.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, again, there goes episode 37. Thank you, as always, for joining us and sharing the bants. Please don't forget to subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, follow us on Instagram. What, Sean Alexander?
The number.
Oh, 37. Yeah, great pull. Dang. And we will see you next time. Later.